I'm ready whenever you are.
Well, I'll say we're actually on. So hello, everybody, and welcome to
Oh,
another episode of Non Sequitur Nerds, where tonight it's much talking, very podcast. We're going to be talking memes and internet culture tonight. Something that is really a big portion of the internet now. I mean, just memes themselves. As always, I am Tim, joined by my buddy Ian. How art thou, Ian?
well, I think it's safe to say that you and I are probably living memes at this
I
point.
mean, probably.
Both to our friends, family members, in your case, significant other. Um, I think I think my kids are probably too small or too young to understand memeing me, but
But they understand memes, though.
they do understand memes. My son sends me them memes in like text messages occasionally.
Yes, yeah, I feel that one.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, memes, meme culture, and it's really kind of a centralized topic, but I'm sure we're gonna get into like internet culture in and of
Oh
itself.
yeah.
Um, but they're a fundamental part of society at this point. They have cryptocurrencies based on memes,
Doge.
Dogecoin.
I wished I would have like the whole cryptocurrency thing. Like I wished I would have paid more attention to that when that was still starting and was affordable. But here we are.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
still have my day
Dogecoin.
job, so
Right. Dogecoin still Dogecoin blew up kind of. Got really big. Then there's other crypto, other meme currencies as well. I think you've got Shiba Inu coin is actually a thing, but it's much rarer right now.
right.
And I think you can only trade it in one particular like app or avenue.
Hmm,
So it's also more exclusive that way. And I
gotcha.
think the way you get that app is kind of shady or something like that. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't really.
Yeah.
I mentioned it to a friend of mine who does crypto, and he kind of gave me the rundown. And I don't do crypto, so
Right.
um,
Because it costs money.
I mean, I have like a small investment account that I use. I just signed up for like Acorns or whatever it is.
Right.
The thing that
Hmm.
takes your, it like rounds up your purchases or whatever, and then takes that and shows it in an investment account. I've got some money into
Yeah.
that,
Well,
but it's
like
basically, I mean, that's kind of like you. It's fire and forget. So,
right.
um, uh,
And that's why I have two kids.
hey-oh, I can talk. I have three,
Exactly.
but I haven't forgotten any of them.
I mean, at least the ones you know about. Well, I've got stock, like actual stocks, but like I've never gotten into crypto. But I mean, yeah, I mean,
Stonks.
beyond internet
Don't you
culture,
mean stonks?
stonks. Oh, we're already starting the memes. We're crazy. Like, okay, in all seriousness, speaking of stonks, back when I still worked at GameStop, I had like a crap ton of shares. Like, I just like every week would just buy a couple shares. I'm like, yeah, I own part of this company, man. This is awesome. And like when I left the company, I sold it, and I think I made like maybe a couple $100. I wished I would have kept that. Like I did the math. Like that would have been like at the time I checked, it would have been like just under 90K profit.
At the moon.
Like I mean, like 90K. I mean, like when you're talking about speaking of internet icons, if you're talking like the net worth of Jeff Bezos, 90K, he probably blows that in an afternoon. But like to people like you and I, 90K, it's like, hey, that's a pretty good chunk of change.
I mean,
I could have bought a Tesla.
Jeff Bezos probably wipes his ass with
I
$90,000.
mean,
So
yeah.
there was speaking of memes and rich bastards who I loathe for making money off the hard-earned backs of the people.
Yeah.
I actually saw a meme. A meme social media thing the other day.
Okay.
It basically said something along the lines of if Jeff Bezos or sorry, if you made $250,000 a day every day since the time that Jesus Christ was born in -5, BC,
Yeah.
you would still not have as much money as Jeff
Oh
Bezos.
my god, that's insane.
And I was like,
Did
I
the
was kind of
okay?
like,
Did the math check out?
I was a little dubious.
All
I
right.
will admit, I was a little dubious. So I actually did the math, and the math is correct. If you
Oh my
made
god.
$250,000
A day.
a day for 2026 years, you would still not have as much money as Jeff Bezos does.
That's
Depressing.
good lord. Like $250,000 once. I mean, like, I could pay off my house and I'd still have money left over. That's just one day. Holy crap. Okay, anyway, well,
I'm
it's
sad
like,
now.
I mean, if we're talking about Jeff Bezos, I mean, we can't mention him without mentioning Elon Musk, who, like, it's those two. Like, it used to be exactly. It used to be like CEOs of big businesses like that. Like, everybody knew Bill Gates back in the day, but like they knew him because he was Bill Gates. Like, he's the CEO of Microsoft. That's it. We live in an age now where multi-billion-dollar CEOs are like things that are common household names, like more so than I think Bill Gates ever was. Like, excuse me as I die. Like everybody knows who Elon Musk is. I mean, he's kind of a walking meme. I mean, you know, but it's just weird how like internet celebrities like that, like we've gone from an age where the Chocolate Rain guy, Ty Zonday, I think his name was, where he
Chocolate rain.
yeah, we're going way back here. Like we've gone from a point where that was an internet celebrity to like random people on Twitter that post, good memes are internet celebrities. I mean, it's kind of weird how like in our time, because I mean, you and I, being older, we come from the earlier days of the internet. E-bombs world. You're the man now, dog. Stuff like that. Pre YouTube.
Joe Cartoon.
Joke Homestar Runner. I actually
Homestar Runner.
checking my email. We're
Email,
old, okay?
email,
Let us
email.
let us have our outdated memes, all right?
Trogdor.
Okay, Trogdor's still relevant as far as I'm concerned, but like it used to be, like you could go to today you can go to YouTube, you can go to Twitter, you can go to Reddit, you can go wherever, and it's all like mass consumption of this stuff. Back in the day, you used to have to go to a specific site for a specific creator, like we had mentioned Homestar Runner, and I actually saw. It was maybe a week ago. IGN actually had a video talking about Homestar Runner and talking about how they were one of the early pioneers of meme culture, but they were their own centralized thing. They didn't have a YouTube channel. They towards the I don't want to say the end, but I don't think they're actively producing stuff anymore. Towards the end, they started getting social media handles, things like that. But apart from that, if you wanted anything to do with them, you wanted to enjoy them in any way, you went to their specific website that was just their content. And now you can scroll through Facebook, and I mean, there's just meme upon meme upon meme, and it's just weird to see how much that content delivery of these kind of things has changed.
Yeah, well, I mean, you mentioned Homestar Runner not being active. If you go to their website is still up.
Yeah,
You
I
can go
figured
to their
that much.
website. I was just looking at it, and they have a
Okay.
link for latest cartoon, and it loaded a video.
All right.
It's a YouTube video, and so I just it doesn't say the post date on like their website, but if you go to the YouTube link,
Mhm.
August 6th of 2021.
Really? Okay, so they're still putting out, like it used to be. It was weekly. All their stuff came out on I think Tuesdays, if I remember right.
I think they're still making content to an extent. This
But
seems
not
to be, and
weekly.
this seems to be, and I'm just kind of like picking through this content. This seems to be like a compilation of older
Okay.
content.
Okay.
So they're
Never
kind of
ending
running.
soda.
Yes, exactly. We are probably going to be referencing a bunch of old crap that none of
Yes.
you Zoomers are going to understand.
We're okay.
Speaking of Zoomers,
You'll have to
I
understand
have
we're old. I mean, which
yes, as I
speaking of old, I would be remiss if I did not
I know where
win.
this
You
is
know where I'm
going.
going. Speaking of
I know
old,
where
I
this is
mean
going.
really old. Like we're talking before the internet old. We would be remiss.
Wanna know? Get on the floor. Everybody walk the dinosaur.
We would be remiss if we did not wish a very happy birthday to my sister Tracy, who she helped out with a lot of the graphics on our show. She's one of our longtime subscribers. She is ancient. She will teach you the ways of the old gods, and by that I mean DOS. Um, Love you, sis. Happy birthday. Um,
She was around. She was around at the time when you had to run programs with a punch card.
oh my god. Had to load up the Steam engine to boot up your computer. She's gonna kill me. I know one of these days she's finally gonna have enough of my shit.
She's. It's kind of It's kind of a miracle that she hasn't hired her husband to murder you yet.
Well, no, because Paul likes me.
Yeah, but
He likes
with
me
the
better than
promise
her.
of with the promise of infinite sexy times, I don't know. I think that'd be a
He
fair
does
trade.
have a kilt. I mean, men in kilts, you know. I mean, I know you're Irish, but anyway,
Anyway,
anyway. So, yeah, like I remember one of the apart from Homestar Runner, one of the earliest, you know, this is even before the word meme was had a popular usage like it does today. Like you say meme today, and people think image, funny text. A lot of the earliest, you know, quote unquote memes that I remember were like short videos. I mean, you can remember Badger, Badger, Badger. Like I
yes.
remember E-Bombs World, which I don't even know if their website's still active anymore. But that used to be like my go-to for just off the wall weird internet crap. And like I spent so many hours on that site. Like I remember like I knew it. Our friend Brandon, like he anytime a new video would come up, he'd go, guys, come here, come back to my room. I want to show you this on my computer. And he'd pull up just the
Yeah, but
weirdest
then he
thing.
would also. Yeah, but he would do that and then also probably whip out his dong.
Well, I mean, usually he had that already out before people got there because Brandon, bless your heart, if you're listening, you need to. If company's coming over, put on pants, please. We've gotten used to the
Please.
fact that you're not going to wear a shirt. We get it. You're a Wookiee and you're warm all the time. We get it, but pants, dude. At least maybe some shorts, something. But no, he would always like. He and I were like the big ones for E-Bombs World. I think he may have actually been the one that introduced me to that. But just so many random things now that if you look up like early memes on the internet, you'll see stuff that's where it found its home originally. Um,
Oh, I mean the
oh, you've been having all kinds of audio issues. Ian is trying to talk. We were having issues before recording. We thought we got it figured out, but yeah, still can't hear you. Memes or something that like oh
hello.
hey there you go.
That's weird.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, sorry. One of the things what I was saying is, like E-Bombs World that was the progenitor of the Numa Numa dance.
yes, yeah, I think that's where it premiered at.
Yeah.
Yep, man, Numa
And
Numa
that
Dance.
one's still kind of relevant.
Like if
Peanut butter
you
jelly time.
Yep, like
That one was that
those
one
are
was another
ones
one.
that I think that they've moved past relevance and have gone into. I'm trying to think the best way to describe it.
Legend.
The legend. I mean, they're part of the common internet lexicon, if you will. Like if you put on the Numa Numa Dance, everybody knows that song. You put on Peanut Butter Jelly, everybody knows that mostly from Family Guy. Um,
Right.
but like
There's,
there's
like Crazy Frog and all those other ones.
yep,
Dear God, Crazy Frog
dude.
drives me
Like
nuts.
okay, the radio stations around here would play Crazy Frog all the time. Crazy Frog and the Hamster Dance.
Oh God, the hamster
I remember.
dance.
Okay, U93. You know them out of South Bend.
Yep. Yep.
I called in one time to request that, and the DJ said we are not playing that song anymore. We have stopped taking requests for it. Is there anything else you want to hear? We will literally play any other song except that because they were just getting so many requests for it, and like kids like or like people our age at the time thought it was hilarious. It was it's super catchy, yeah. But most people that are listening to radio, like their viewership dropped because of that.
Hmm. Yeah, in a non sequitur similar story.
Mhm.
I remember back when I think I was in late high school, maybe early college. There was, I think, a new Tim McGraw song or something
Okay.
that came out, and it was just super popular. And I remember where I was like
Okay.
when this. It must have been high school because I still had the pine tree mobile.
Oh
Um,
God.
uh, the so I think I was driving through South Bend. I think I was visiting my grandmother,
Okay.
or no, I was visiting another family member. Sorry, and I was on my way home, and the song or U93 was playing, and the DJ came on. And it was like the top of the hour.
All right.
And he's like, all right, folks. So over the last 3 days, we've received so many requests for this damn song that we're going to play it straight for the next hour, and then we are going to burn the tape, and we will never play this song again.
Well, because it was a country song, and they weren't a country station.
Yeah, they were a pop, kind of
Yeah.
trendy, whatever new, they would play country music if it was like new and catchy.
Right.
But yeah, no, they
yeah,
were, same situation. Like they were, except this was a less of an annoying like kid song and more of like an actual song that just people wouldn't shut up about. But no, they came on the radio and they're like, "Yep, we'll play this for the next hour and then never request it again because we will not play it ever again." So,
man.
yeah. And they literally did, like, for the next hour on repeat. They just had the song
Oh my god.
for an entire, like, no commercial breaks, nothing. It was just on repeat for an hour.
That's nuts, dude. That is nuts.
And there was actually what this reminds me of actually is kind of like, memes, trolls, they kind of go hand in hand at this point almost.
Yeah.
There was a radio station here in Indy, where I'm at, that would it would during the height of the pandemic, so right around June, July of last year, I think they just had some fun and were trolling people.
Yeah.
Because they just started for an entire month playing Christmas music.
Okay, a lot of stations actually did that. A couple of stations up here did that, and like they put on some of their social medias. Hey, a lot of people have asked why we're doing this. And like they said it a little more politely than this. The world is shit right now. Everything's on fire, and we're just trying to bring a little bit of happiness into people's lives because everything is bad. And I'm like, you know what? Okay. And like, I come from the retail world where you start playing Christmas music, in October. So like Christmas music for me, yeah. Like, you think it's bad enough walking into a store and hearing it while you're shopping? Try being there, 12 hours a day, every day.
Jingle bells, jingle bells.
Please strangle me now.
Tim has PTSD because of this,
Dude,
so
like,
he starts getting the shakes when we talk about when Christmas music comes on.
Yeah, okay, after Halloween,
he associates Christmas music with Karens.
Oh my god! Like, okay, after Halloween is hit, November 1st, okay, you can start playing Christmas music in November. I'm okay with that because it's closer to that season. But like, there's no reason to be playing Christmas music in August. Or September or October.
Costco started selling Christmas stuff at the same time they started selling Halloween stuff.
Which, like, okay, like, I get it. Again, coming from retail, and I know we're getting way off topic here, but coming from retail, I get it. You're trying to, like, that kind of stuff, Christmas stuff, there's really only one time a year you're going to sell that stuff. So the longer you can theoretically have it on your shelves, the more of it you'll sell, and the less of it you'll have to ship back to the warehouse or put in storage for next year. Like, Dollar General, they would actually, all their Christmas stuff, like, when I worked there for a year, and all of their Christmas stuff that didn't sell, with the exception of if there were any greeting cards that had the date on, like that year printed on them, like Happy Christmas 2020. They would either destroy or send back and have recycled. But like their Christmas trees, their lights, their decorations, all that stuff, you would store, that would stay in your inventory, and the next year you would put all that out, and then any of the stuff that was new that year or that you were out of, you would get that stuff stocked, but you wouldn't get like a full shipment of stuff. It was mainly shipping stuff or using stuff that had been there for 1, 2, 3, 5 years. That Christmas tree you're buying, new Christmas tree, might have sat in the back for a couple of years if it's one that didn't sell. But anyway. Yeah, I mean, speaking of some like the other earlier memes, one that is still relevant, at least to one of our friends, the Hey Yeah He-Man. Our buddy that we play Phantasy Star with, Dante, is a huge fan of that meme. Like, that's one that I still see referenced pretty often. Like, it started off, somebody, did a really bad cover of Four Non Blondes, is the song, what's the song actually called? So I wake in the morning, I can't sing too much, because we'll get copyright strikes about this. What's going on?
Oh yeah,
That song. Okay,
that
it's
one.
by Four Non Blondes. I can't remember the title of it. Yes,
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
I feel bad for any for the
It's called What's Going On.
okay,
What's going on?
that song. And they took
Yeah.
footage of the old He-Man cartoon and put it to that, so it looked like He-Man was singing the song to various characters. People have like done live action remakes of it. There have been remixes of it. Like that's one that like that's an old meme, and I still see that one pop up fairly not often, but regular enough that I'm like, oh, cool, I love that one. Um,
Well, I mean, there's one internet culture that started from a very specific place that like everybody knows right now.
Rule
I
34.
can has well that too. I can has cheeseburger.
Yeah, like okay,
Like
like that one.
cat like you can pretty much point to the place where like internet cat memes started,
It's
which
I
is
can
I can
has
has
cheese.
cheeseburger.
Yes.
Right. And now like Netflix even made like a pseudo like documentary uh about not that in particular, but
Yeah.
like people's internet love of cats, and it's um
Well, I mean, you.
not safe for I'll bleep myself, but the name of the documentary is basically don't with cats on the internet, and it is about this group of people who like they found like internet sleuths that found this dude that was I believe like abusing animals,
Oh,
like, and he had like posted like it was like videos of it or something like that on the dark
that's
web, but like they like gathered evidence, found his house, like
really.
doxed him, turned everything over to the police. And I haven't seen the documentary itself, but I've
Yeah.
heard about it. And if I'm off base, then please, somebody correct me.
Yeah.
But
Well, I mean,
that's what I've been told.
there have been internet sleuths that like just from like one video that people have posted have been able to figure out where that house is, who that person is, who their employer is, like like the internet, while it can be a great source of entertainment and information and cat pictures, can also be a really scary place. I mean, like the dark web. I know, like you had mentioned that, like the way movies portray the dark web is, it's much worse than that. It is much worse than that.
Well,
It is an incredibly scary thing.
well, I mean, the hyper stylized Hollywood version of the dark web is usually like someone sitting in like a warehouse with 47 monitors in front of them as they're like hunched
I'm
over
doing
typing
all the
away.
hacking.
Right. They're somehow using a single keyboard to connected to 30 different computers and
Right?
56 monitors, and they're just like hacking everything at the
Yeah.
same time. But I mean, in
You
reality, I think
you're a programmer, Ian. That's not how it works, is it?
yeah, there's a very famous, speaking of memes, there's a very famous episode of NCIS where they're trying to break a firewall. And so the two nerd characters literally use the same keyboard at the same time. They like overlap their hands to hit the keys faster.
Now, while that strategy would work in, oh, I don't know, typing of the dead, probably won't work in any actual computer
And
usage.
that
I mean,
and that kind of stuff has spawned several subculture like meme type things. There's
yeah.
actually a subreddit that I subscribe to called it's a Unix system,
Okay.
which is based off of that line from Jurassic Park that Alexis Lex said. She's in the computer system and they have that like graphical interface. She goes, it's a Unix system, which it is obviously not. um and so it's just like it's basically just a community that finds bullshit tech stuff
Yeah.
in media and movies and stuff like that, and they point out very obvious thing, or not obvious, but they point out like oh, this person's hacking. No, they're not. They're looking at HTML through like a an IDE that's set up to look like the Matrix text. Like
Right.
it's just green. It's set up to look like a terminal. Like they're not like yes, they're hacking. They're coding CSS, which for those of you that don't know is just style sheets, which basically just says, here's what color the text should be on your web page.
Yep. Pretty simple stuff. I mean, I assume. But yeah, like you had mentioned internet cats. I mean, like cats, like they used to be worshipped as gods. They're now the gods of the internet. I mean, we had, I can has cheeseburger cat. We had keyboard cat. We had grumpy cat. I mean, we had like I don't like where you're going with this, Ian.
I I don't know where you're going with it, and I'm afraid that I know where you were
No,
going with
no,
it.
I'm not going. I'm not going there. Talking about that particular cat.
Okay.
I'm not talking about that cat. There are cats who think that they're gods who are popular in internet culture right now. Very Egyptian-inspired cats. We're
Maybe a
not going to talk
character
about.
from a video
We're
game.
not going to talk about that cat. But I mean, that one is kind of a god of the internet right now because like everybody knows about that. And yes, I did in fact post a video about something related to it on our socials, just because we're trendy, yo. But no, cats have like animals in general have always been like huge on the internet. I mean, you post a funny animal video, it goes viral immediately. I mean, it doesn't matter. Um, but like those rare few, like,
Admittedly,
what?
admittedly, I have a Shiba Inu as a
Yeah,
pet dog. Like he's asleep downstairs
you
right now.
you have a meme dog.
I have a meme dog. I
Yeah,
have a Doge.
you literally
He
have
is
a
not
Doge.
named. He is not named Doge. He is named Mako, which is in honor of Mako Iwamatsu, the famous actor and voice actor who did the voice of Uncle Iroh in Avatar: The Last Airbender. Also did the voice of Aku in Samurai Jack.
And for more
So
information on him, check out our episode about voice actors.
exactly. So anyway, I have a meme pet.
You have a
I
meme
do.
pet.
And admittedly, I probably wouldn't have known what a Shiba Inu was unless it was for the memes.
Yeah.
But they're really cool dogs.
Yeah, oh, dude, I
So
love your dog, dude.
yeah, I mean he's kind of a dick, but that's just the breed.
He likes me.
Yeah, he does. So that's all that matters.
Yep.
Um, anyway, so yeah, you were saying something before I interrupted you, and you probably flitted away at this point. But
ADHD. I was talking about cats. I mean, I own 3 cats, so I talk about cats a lot. All right.
right, yeah. So I mean, memes have kind of shaped. They developed something that from like this fringe thing, I think, on the internet into something that's basically embedded into our culture. Like
Yeah.
TV shows, cartoons purposely meme themselves at this
Yeah.
point. The famous episode of SpongeBob where they're doing like the stadium singing. Um, you know, that is very obviously
Okay.
designed to be a meme.
The new what's that new game? Nickelodeon All Star Brawl or whatever it is. Like
Oh yeah, which
Nickelodeon's
like
versions of Smash Brothers, which I've
right.
heard is actually pretty good. They said the graphics aren't that great in it, but apparently the combat is pretty damn solid in it.
Isn't it a web-based game?
No, it's a console game. It just came out
Interesting.
today, I think. Anyway, like most fighting games, the characters have like a special taunt you can use. SpongeBob, I think all the SpongeBob characters, their taunts are effectively memes that they're based on. Like the SpongeBob meme where he's like bent over weird like a chicken and like the yeah. That's his taunt. The Patrick one where his jaws drop and he's looking forward, that's one of his taunts, I believe. So like
the I sat on my balls meme.
yes. So it's gone full circle from a cartoon to a meme back into they're referencing the meme themselves in some of their own original media. So it's come full circle. But like I think that like shows and games that can be self-aware of the fact that they're memeable. I mean, if we're gonna talk about, infamous game memes, press F to pay respects.
All of your base are belong to
Can,
us.
can we get an F in the chat for this podcast?
F. F in chat. Yeah, well, like I just said, all of your base are belong to us.
Yeah,
I mean
like,
that was
oh my
that was
God,
a very early internet meme, which is just based on a really crappy
Oh,
translation of a crappy game.
Someone set us up the bomb.
Right.
What you say?
Right. Exactly. Even I'm actually going to kind of reference this a little bit. So even like some core nerd culture things like get memed in other things. So like the Konami code.
Yeah.
They reference the Konami code in Wreck-It Ralph. That's what King Candy uses to get into like the code.
Oh yeah. Yep.
And one of Tim and I's favorite animes, Hellsing Ultimate. Jan says the Konami code when he's going on a ramp. when he's going on a rampage through through the Helsing Institute.
Yep.
Death by Konami, you know.
Man, now
So
I want to watch that. I need to look at the manga again because I don't remember if that's something that's just in the anime that they did or if that's actually from the manga. I need to look at that again to see if it is. But no,
yeah,
yeah,
but I mean,
it's their memes are so like good memes are so easy to just make reference from for to or from. Um, but it's interesting. Like we've talked, like a lot of the things that we've referenced so far have been videos, and memes have kind of done a flip flop. Like a lot of other media goes from image to video. Memes have gone from, for the most part, video back to image. Because I mean, they used to be like little short, funny videos, and they kind of had a rebirth with the advent of Vine and TikTok. I mean, Vine's no longer around, but with TikTok, it's kind of starting to come back to be more video worthy memes. But for the most part, people think memes now. They think kind of like we talked about at the top of the show, a static image with just funny text on it. You know, think Ian, think.
yeah, right. One of Tim's favorites.
Dude, like Invincible is such a good show, but it's so memeable. It is so memeable, dude.
Right. Yeah, I mean the image thing is obviously I think easier to share. It's
Yeah,
easier to post because a lot of applications like Discord or Messenger applications they have they have size limits on files.
yeah.
Excuse me.
Well, I mean,
So
heck, case in point. I mean, any given day of the week, I'll be at work, and I'll hear like I have an iPhone, I have AirPods, I listen to music at work, and I'll hear text from Ian. Second text from Ian. Ian has sent 10 images. Third text from Ian. Ian has sent 10 more images, and I'll know. Oh, there's my daily memes. And like,
pardon my French. That's usually my daily shit post that I send it to.
yeah, okay. If we're gonna talk shit posting, like, okay, shit posting and memes are two different things. Memes
Right.
are generally funny, haha, oh, I get that, that's relatable, or oh yeah, I never thought about that in whatever it's referencing. Shit posting is purposely cringe-worthy memes or horrible dad joke memes, which Ian and I are entitled to make. We have our official dad cards, but like they're shit. Like the name implies, they're shit that you post.
Yeah.
My nephew, Adam, I'm calling you out because you're the biggest shit poster I know. Like literally, that is 99% of what he puts on Facebook is just bad, bad. Adam, we're disappointed in the life choices you've made. Memes, but they're still funny.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, if we actually, we probably should have done this at the top of the hour, but or top of the broadcast. If you take the word meme, which is actually based off of a Greek word, menema or mimema, sorry.
My name and do 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 do. That's also a meme, actually.
Yes. That word means that which is imitated. So meme itself is just a play. It's an imitation of a word about imitation, really. So in reality, like the term meme could be really kind of broad. Broad spectrum. I think we kind of you and I kind of grew up and people would do impressions of like other celebrities like they would do their Christopher Walken
Yep.
and but everyone nowadays say that they're just getting memed like
Right.
oh yeah you're just memeing Christopher Walken. Well, technically I'm doing an imitation, but yes,
No,
he
you're
kind
memeing
of
him.
is
But yeah,
he's kind of
yeah.
is a walking meme. um a lot of there's a lot of Elon Musk. Everybody loves to give him all these accolades, but I mean the man's basically a walking meme at this point.
And I think he's accepted and embraced that at this point.
I think he has too. He's
Yeah.
he's an intelligent individual and very self-aware. So
Yep.
there's no way that he's not aware of the fact that he is a walking meme.
Well, I mean, he played himself on Simpsons, and like I watched
True.
the episode because I'm like, I gotta see this show, and like it was effectively the Elon Musk meme hour, and I was all for it.
Right. Uh, yeah. So I mean, memes, the core thing of memes is, imitation, really. So you're taking something and you're doing an imitation of it, or in meme memes have kind of gotten much broader than
Yeah.
that at this point.
Yeah.
You may not be necessarily be imitating it, but you're parodying it, or
Right.
lampoon, or using it to lampoon, or using it to take completely out of context.
Yeah.
So and you'd mentioned a little bit ago, like the SpongeBob chicken thing.
Yeah.
Like, I was walking through Best Buy probably 6 months, a year ago. They
Hmm.
actually had like a vinyl statue of that.
That's kind of awesome, actually.
Yeah, like you could buy, like, I think it was a Funko. Like, I think it was a Funko branded.
Really?
Like, it was like, yeah, it was like 8 inches tall. Like, it was huge.
Huh.
But you could buy
It's-
a you could buy a vinyl statue of the SpongeBob chicken meme.
that like okay, that just shows like memes used to be like an obscure thing on the internet that you'd hear about from a friend. Now they're such a predominant part of pop culture that everybody knows about them. But like the problem is, from where everybody knows about memes, there's so many that like okay, even case in point, I won't spoil it because this isn't our spoiler episode, but Marvel's What If series. There's a group on Facebook that I'm in it's called I don't remember the exact title of it, but they post Marvel memes, and there's so many memes just about the final episode of it that like none of those will really ever stand out and be memorable because they're just being churned out so quickly that they're funny when you look at them. And like occasionally I'm like, oh, that one's good. I'll send this meme to Ian, but that might be the only time I ever reference it. Like, in your opinion, like what was the last like great meme? I mean, like the one that like there's memes that stick around, like the family memes. Those got old day one, but they lasted for months. The think memes, those ones lasted a while, but I enjoyed those.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is nowadays with, like, you know the availability of image editing software and all that other stuff is, and things like Reddit,
Hmm.
and image flip and all those other things, is you can very easily get these templates because people make the templates so that other people can make the memes.
Well, I mean, heck,
So it is. I mean, you
there's
don't even
a
need software to, like, image flip is just a website.
well,
Like, you go
there
to it,
is
pick your template.
if you type in like whatever meme you're looking for, like think invincible think meme generator. There's a website that literally they just have the blank templates. You type in what you want, and it automatically does it for you. Like
Yeah,
I made a bunch of invincible memes a while back and sent them to Ian, and it took me 5 minutes to make like 10 of them, if that. And that was even me going, I don't like that font. I spelled a word wrong. What stuff like that.
yeah.
But, like it's so
So
easy to make stuff like that now.
Yeah, so I mean, there's several, like, there's several subreddits that I subscribe to that are, just like stupid memes and stuff. That's mostly where I find the stuff that I send to Tim. And there's definitely several templates out there that, like, I'm just over because they're just everywhere. It's like,
Right.
come on, let's think of a new template, or like get something funny. Like, I'm just tired of this format.
Like, are you
Um,
familiar with the Captain America chili memes?
yes,
Okay,
yeah,
those were funny at first, but then like what people started doing is they would post a new meme referencing the original meme with no context, but the final panel of the meme would be, I guess they're just gonna have to click on the link to figure out what we're talking about. And at first it would be one link that would take you back to the original meme. And like, oh, okay, that's funny, I get it. But then people started doing it where it would be one that would take you back to another, referencing you to click on a second link, that would take you back to a third, reference you to clicking on a third link, and it would just go and go and go and go. The only one, like, once it started getting more than like one, maybe two links, I'm like, nah, I'm done with this. This meme needs to die. The only one I saw that was funny was a Deadpool one that had you click on like 10 different links, and it was all Deadpool, like, effectively traveling the Marvel multiverse, trying to figure out the meaning of some meme that he saw, only to take you back to the chili meme, and he's like, wait, we're back here again? No, this meme is done. It's literally like the last panel is him holding up a gun, like this meme dies now. And I think that was actually the last time I saw that meme.
nice.
But so yeah, so thank you, Deadpool.
Yeah, so it's hard for me to say like what the last like really good meme that I saw was. I mean, there's ones that just stick around forever.
Right.
You know, they're relatively timeless. You know, I reference the SpongeBob chicken meme occasionally when I'm talking to some of my Zoomer interns that work for me
Right.
because, you know, someone is, you know, like another person in the company will say something dumb or something like that on a conference call. So I'll just like type that out real quick to my interns to get it, and they get a giggle out of it. Or you know, just it's interesting though because again, it's so pervasive in this culture that you know my interns they just turned 21 this year. So
Oh my God, they're babies.
yes, correct, they are. But like I actually have a comic that I found of a it's basically a meme about memes, but you know it's like you know millennials talking to Zoomers. It's like, hey, what do you think of this thing? And then the other person's just like, oh, meme response. And
Right.
I mean that's literally what it is. Like I cannot have a conversation with these kids without them referencing or just blatantly giving me a meme.
Right.
And it's like,
But I mean, that just kind of goes
it,
to show how
you know,
our culture has changed. You know.
right? To quote, you know, Roger Murdoch, I'm getting too old for this shit.
Right.
Um,
Well, I mean, now like you
so
and I have said earlier that both of our respective sons will send us memes,
yes,
and like especially like my son he's at the middle school now, so I mean he actually rides the bus because the elementary school was 2 blocks from our house, so he just walked to school, but now he has to ride the bus. Like he's getting exposed to all kinds of things like meme wise that you and I okay everybody was in school at one point. There's stuff you learn on the bus that your parents don't teach you. Um, um, but like it's interesting because speaking about like how memes have changed in our culture. My day job, I work at a factory. I've mentioned that before. I work with it's a predominantly Amish factory. I obviously am not Amish, but the young Amish kids, the ones like between 16 to 21, they view TikTok. They know what memes are. They make reference to this stuff, and I'm like, it's so weird to see an Amish girl, like throw something at somebody and just go yeet. Like I heard a girl the other day. I kid you not. She had like a Mountain Dew, I think it was, and she drank it. It was empty. She goes, "This bitch empty, yeet!" Like, and this is like a 17-year-old Amish girl. Now, keep in mind, for those of you that aren't familiar with the Amish, at least in the area Ian and I grew up in, when they hit, it's 16 usually, they get to go through a period of what's called Rumspringa. And effectively, they get to go out and do literally whatever they want. And
mhm.
the idea behind it is it's a test of faith. They get to go out and see how the English live, because to them, everybody that's not Amish is English. If you're here from the United States, you're English. If you're from the UK, you're also English. If you're from Africa, you're also English. That's just how they view it. But anyway, and then the whole thing is, after you've gone out and experienced this, you rejoin the church, and it's that commitment of I have seen how the English live. I'm choosing to, follow my faith. So I mean, it's kind of neat in that aspect. It's a divisive subject even amongst the Amish because it's not a biblical practice, but it's something that a lot of the communities have done. But anyway, so that it's still, even growing up in this area, weird for me to see teenage Amish kids that are referencing memes and things like that I understand what they mean, and like they get the context of it, but it's like how did you? I know they all have smartphones. Let's call it what it is, but it's still like how does this work? And admittedly, like I don't view TikTok that much. I enjoyed Vine. I thought Vine had much better content. R.I.P. Vine. Um, TikTok, I don't really watch as much, but like one of the Amish girls at work has a TikTok account, and she posts random crap on there. Like she showed me, she has several hundred followers on TikTok. Now I'm wondering how much of that is because like the novelty of the fact that it's an Amish girl on TikTok, and people are like, oh, that's neat. But like an Amish person has TikTok with multiple hundred followers.
I'll also ask this though:
Yes.
how many of those videos are her just showing her ankles that
it's
then
it's
maybe
not
that the
Amish
follower
OnlyFans.
then the followers are actually just other Amish
Other,
people.
you know, maybe. Um,
AmishDate.com.
I one of the guys at work told me a great joke. What's the best thing about dating an Amish girl?
I don't know. What?
She won't get mad if you don't call her in the morning.
Yeah,
Except they have phones now.
they really do.
But anyway, no. But yeah, it's just it's interesting just how much irreverent internet humor, even amongst like Amish country, how much that's still relevant. It's Ian and I have seen in our lifetimes. Like I think we said this earlier, the change from a funny thing on the internet that you had to know somebody that knew about it to find out about it, to like me sending Ian a meme and him going, "Oh, I saw that last week." I mean they're so popular and they're just everywhere. Um, but like I think that and again I'm going to wax nostalgic about Vine again. I think when Vine came out, that kind of was a meme renaissance, if you will, because a lot of those Viners are still like relevant on YouTube. Um, some of them kind of faded into obscurity, but I mean, there's some that still like they'll be at conventions as guests that you can meet. They will be on talk shows. They have mildly successful like YouTube careers now, all from posting. Like Vine was what, like 10-second top. I mean, that was Vine's whole thing, is they were super short videos.
I thought they were like 6 seconds,
Yeah, I
but
mean,
I never really got
10,
into Vine.
10 or and below, I is what we'll say, because I don't remember exactly how long they were, but they were short videos. But it's just, I think that was kind of a renaissance for memes, I think, because it was shortly after Vine died that you started seeing a lot more like original content memes. And they started, at least to me anyway, that's when it seemed like they started becoming a lot more popular than what they were. Or not necessarily more popular, but more common.
Yeah, and the memes have. I mean, I think part of it is just as a culture because of things like the internet and things like I think we're all slowly developing some form of ADD, ADHD type stuff
Well,
where
I was just
we
going to
just
say
we're
this
just
actually.
we're just easily distracted, and so we just I don't know that we necessarily lack the attention span, but cult or media and components and that fly that's in Tim's room
No,
just
I was just
like
distracted by something. What?
right. It just it you are just it's like drinking from the fire hose. You go onto any social media platform and you are just assaulted
Yep.
by media and then really like Facebook, MySpace, like Twitter, all those. It's just it's a scroll. Like we
MySpace.
don't we don't pay that much attention to singular things. Like we're ingesting hundreds of things a minute.
Right.
So now we're almost rewiring our brains to not pay attention
Hmm.
and more to just like quickly grab tidbits.
Right.
So I mean, things like Vine and TikTok, where it's only these short 30-second videos and whatnot. It's because I think we're just starting to develop into a society that lacks the ability to really pay attention for that long.
Hmm.
Especially if it's just like stuff that we're just trying to like help us turn off our brains,
Right.
or
Stuff
in
to
my
zone
case,
out.
right, in my case, stuff to distract me from doing my homework.
Right.
Um, so yeah, memes and the internet have I think started to cause just this huge shift in the way that we process information.
Makes
Um,
sense.
and not to say that they're not funny. I
Yeah.
mean,
I mean,
I
there's
just
got to
kind
be
of
some bad memes out there.
oh sure,
Yeah.
I was just thinking, like I was referencing media and like using memes in like real life and things like that. I think back to like a couple of commercials from when we were growing up. The so easy a caveman can do it.
Right.
That was like a verbal meme. Like that's what we would
Yeah.
say to each other. Or the well, I'm not a doctor, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night. I
Or
mean,
just,
that was
or even just simple Aflac.
right. Like those things became just verbal memes. And that's
Right.
something we haven't actually talked about. Is just like verbal phrases, things that you say that are memes. You know, you can send images, you can send videos, but there's stuff that you can say. Tim said it earlier. Yeet. Like that's a meme.
Oh,
I mean, it's a verbal meme.
right. Well,
Uh,
and even like, and I've referenced it a couple times on this show. Image memes that are quotable. You know, again, I fall back to my default of, you know, think, Mark, think. You know, like that's when you if you say that out loud, people at least today will go, "Oh, the Invincible memes." But you can
right,
still
but
you're
but
quoting
but
an image that's quoting a show, but you're not
right,
quoting the
but
show. You're quoting the image that's referencing the show.
right, but Tim, one does not simply quote a meme.
Exactly. Case in point. You know. Hello there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Memes have just like they cover all gamuts of the the medium ingestion
Yeah.
and that kind of stuff. Like they're everywhere. Like everything is a meme. And what's kind of I don't know interesting or terrifying to me a little bit is this concept of NFTs and like blockchain type stuff
Yeah. Like
where
it's an interesting concept, but like it's a very divisive thing though.
well, yeah, because I mean, effectively, if you don't want an NFT is you're basically taking an image, stamping it in its code that is the original, and you own that image, and then people sell the rights to it.
Right?
Like they
Well,
sell that NFT,
and it's not just
and they're
it's not
sell.
just images. It's videos.
Hmm.
Like who was it? It was Paris Hilton was on Jimmy Kimmel not too long ago, and she actually like she seems apparently very well read up on NFTs because she was actually able to in detail describe what they are and how it works. And I think she said that they are images or videos or experiences that effectively you're buying a contract to have ownership of that thing without actually owning that. You're owning the contract that tells you you own that thing, but you're buying the contract, not the actual thing, but you own the thing.
Right.
Which is just a weird, like really abstract concept. Um, and
Well, I mean, it
I
makes
know
sense in a.
it,
Go ahead.
oh, well, I know a lot of like artists are really kind of torn on it because there's all kinds of weird loopholes about like I could go online, find a piece of art that somebody else has drawn, and sell the contract without actually having ownership of the original thing. And like there's ways you can combat that, but it was really difficult for a lot of artists until a lot of them started figuring out, okay, here's how I can protect my work and how I can make it an NFT to draw more money off of it. So I know like a lot of especially on Twitter, the Twitter art community was really kind of
We're probably going
displeased.
to. We're probably going to wind up seeing legislation about this in all honesty, because in
Yeah.
reality, what this really boils down to is a digital a digital media patent or
Yeah.
trademark or
Yeah.
copyright, really.
Right.
So like what you're effectively doing is you're stamping this thing that doesn't actually belong to you as you're almost copyrighting it and saying that yeah, this is mine now. So
Because
it's like
you're
American.
not claiming ownership of the original work, you're claiming ownership of the contract of a representation of that original work effectively.
Yeah,
Which
basically. But the other thing that really I don't know weirds me out about NFTs is the amount of money that people are selling them for. Like
yeah,
it's just like apparently people there's a lot of people out there that just have money to piss away. Like
must be nice.
because they yeah, the as an example, there's a meme out there, and I know those of you that are listening to the podcast, it's hard for maybe hard for you to understand this, but I think most of you will. It's the meme of the little girl like standing in front of the building that's on fire, kind of
Yes.
grinning.
Yep, that's one of my favorites.
Um, yeah, um, that girl actually sold the NFT of that image for
Really?
like $5 million.
Man.
Like,
Good on her though. I mean,
what? Yeah,
seriously.
I mean, I'm I I'm kind of torn on that. Like, yeah, good on her for being able to do that, but at the same time, you literally did nothing except
Stand there looking
like
menacing.
Right, like you literally did nothing, and you sold this thing because some idiot out there has access to their dad's credit card, and like they don't get kicked in the teeth when they do stupid stuff like that because
Right.
they have more money than sense. Like I sit there going, do I get the $10 steak or do I get the $5 steak and some sides
Right.
to go with it? Hmm. Like it's a debate. Meanwhile, people are sitting here going, I'm buying a meme.
I mean, that's kind of the ultimate flex. Oh, that meme? Yeah, that's mine. Oh, you made it? No, I own it.
Right.
I
Like
mean,
it's really kind of a if you not to get dark here, but if you kind of think about like the terrifying implications of an NFT, theoretically, we could go slap an NFT on something and be like, this is mine now. It's like American imperialism, right?
there you go.
Like, oh, I like this. It's mine now.
Yoink. Which,
Right. Which
yoink
is the
is.
opposite of yeet.
Yes, it is. Yoink is the opposite of yeet. My nephew
So
told me
for
that, and I had an existential moment when he told me that. Like, oh
yeah,
my
so
god,
for those of you that
it
don't know,
is.
when you say yoink, you are grabbing something and pulling it towards you. Yoink. When you say yeet, you are taking something in your possession or you're holding and throwing it
So
or
yeet is the opposite of
discarding it
yoink.
very quickly. Yes.
Yes.
So yeah, but memes. They've definitely spawned a bunch of different cultures
Yeah.
and
Well, I mean, and I was just kind of scrolling through while you were talking there. I did a quick search for top memes of September of this year, and some of the top results were pictures of the lead singer of Green Day sleeping, saying, "Oh, somebody better wake him up soon.
right,
Wake me up when September ends."
right.
Let's see. A whole bunch of people are sleeping at a table, and it says Green Day fans when it's still September 1st. Um, the another one that's a classic is the what do they call it? The overly obsessive girlfriend meme.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
it's her really close, and it says, "Billy, wake up, September's over." So I mean,
Yep.
it seems like me. Well, and same thing. Whenever the end of April rolls around, we always see all the Justin Timberlake memes. It's gonna be May.
Right. Exactly. Welcome to Earth.
Yep.
There's a meme. My brother and I like to reference that one fairly
But the
regularly.
big question is, are you winning, son?
I am disappointed. Um,
Yeah.
here's one that you'll probably appreciate, Tim.
Oh.
Ugandan knuckles.
Like, okay, that meme is that meme got overplayed so much though.
Yeah, but I mean he's a friend of Sanic, so
Like, okay, I rewatched Sonic last night, and I do love the fact that they reference Sonic in Sonic. I
and memes being referenced in popular culture.
Yeah, I really hope for Sonic 2, since Knuckles is going to be in it. I hope they don't reference Ugandan Knuckles. I mean, especially because the fact that Idris Elba is voicing him, and to make a Ugandan joke, I think would be very distasteful.
Yeah, that's
I mean, I
fair.
know he's not Ugandan. He's British, but still, he is obviously of African heritage. And
Right.
he is a treat. Idris Elba is a treat. Let me tell you, he's an amazing person.
Yeah.
Um,
No, I completely yeah, I agree. And I was Idris Elba was also actually it was kind of a reference meme type thing when he was in Zootopia, when he's talking to Officer Hops and he says
who was he in
he was
Zootopia?
the chief, the bull, the chief, the
Oh yeah,
water
yeah,
buffalo.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the water buffalo. And he says the line something like like this is real life and all your incipient little dreams go out the window or something like that, and then he just says, so let it go, which is actually a canonical reference to uh Frozen, which
Yeah.
was Disney's previous hit movie.
So let it
So like
go.
Yeah, so it's a very much tongue-in-cheek reference that Disney did to itself.
There you go.
Very self-referential, kind of parroting itself. But
Well, there we go.
uh, so yeah, I mean, you can meme pretty much anything these days. You find an image on the internet, you slap some text on it, and ta-da! It's a meme.
Yeah.
It's a meme. Um.
Well, and like, okay, you mentioned Mario. I mean, there's a recent meme with the casting announcements for Mario. Seth Rogen is Donkey Kong. There are already memes. People are taking like videos of Donkey Kong from Smash Brothers, or even from the horrible Donkey Kong Country TV show, and dubbing.
CG one.
Yeah, that was
that was
terrible. But
it
they're
was.
dubbing Seth Rogen like lines from other movies over Donkey Kong, and they're memes. The sad thing is they all work. Like it seems like something Donkey Kong would say, which is sad. But
Yeah. Yeah. Huh.
uh-oh. What?
Nothing. No.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there are thousands of memes out there. Like, there's so many that you can't even reference them all. I mean, there's some of the
Yeah.
major ones. The some of the major ones. The face palm memes. There's the Bernie Sanders memes. There's Trump is a walking meme.
Yeah.
The Batman slapping Robin meme. Again, like there are literally thousands, if not millions, of memes out there at this point. So that you can't really we couldn't reference them all if we had time.
I mean,
But
yeah, it's yeah.
so the memes are a part of our culture now. But they kind of, that's why they started slow, and then as the internet really kind of took off, they just shot up, and to reference a meme, to the moon.
Right.
So yeah, it's just hard to talk to like. They've obviously had a very huge impact on
Yeah.
current
Well,
culture
and I think you kind of nailed it when you said that like we're such a consumer culture now that like these things just keep getting churned out like there's no tomorrow, and I'm wondering if it'll I think it's already starting to get to a point where they're almost losing their relevance, because you'll get a meme like it used to be. If you got a meme that was really good, you would see variations on that for a long time, and now it's like maybe a couple days, maybe a week tops, and then people have already moved on to something else. It's that attention span, and I don't necessarily think it's because of the lack of quality, because I mean there are some memes that I come across that are just really good, but then I come across something else that's even better, really good, and that was poor wording on my part, but and you just kind of forget about that other meme because everybody else has already moved past it anyway.
Yeah, and there are like meme Eternals.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with Marvel's Eternals. But
Coming
there
soon to
are
theater near
definitely
you.
correct. There are meme Eternals. And I think kind of some of those memes, they wind up going into like a meme vault, and then someone digs them out and makes something really hilarious. And then they come back around.
Right.
Again, I referenced the Bernie memes, the slapping Batman memes, the all the things guy meme. That
All
one's
the
still kind of
things.
out
Yep.
there. Yeah, that
The
one's
the uh
still
the
kind of
guy
out
the
there.
guy that has to push the button meme.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
That meme is still very much relevant because that meme itself represents like a real life
Yeah.
like situation you're in. Like it's a choice that you have to make. The chicken SpongeBob meme, maybe not so much. Like that's more very
You're mocking something, so it's not in reference to
correct.
any one thing, but it's in reference to something that's mockable.
Right. But they're the Gru chalkboard, or
Yep.
flipboard meme. That one
Yep.
kind of sticks around because again, it's also somewhat relevant.
It's
It stays
relatable.
relevant.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's relatable. Um,
See, I think
oh,
that's maybe we've moved away from memes that stand on their own to memes that are adaptable, so they've got that longevity. Because like the mocking SpongeBob meme itself, like everybody knows that pose, but if you ask anybody what's your favorite one, it's like, oh well, that meme's kind of, you can kind of make it apply to anything. The Bernie, the Bernie Sanders, I am once again asking for insert thing you want to make fun of here,
right. And
or
it's usually,
yeah,
and that one's more situational, where it's
yeah,
usually like I
what's
kind of
topical right now.
right, or I kind of like reference it back sometimes to corporate culture and like CEO. I am once again asking you to work extra overtime without paying you more.
Right.
Those kind of things. Another one is like the squinting fry meme, or the
Shut up and take my money,
shut
Fry.
up and take my money
Yeah,
fry meme.
like
You know,
when Valve announced the Steam Deck, or Steam, is it Steam Deck?
yeah, I think so. Steam Deck.
Their handheld.
Yeah.
That meme popped up because everybody wanted that. Shut up and take my money. It was applicable. And again, it's not referencing any one thing. It's just whatever you apply that meme to. And I feel like that those are the ones that have more longevity. Again, not because of the content, but because of the versatility and the adaptability of how you can use it. So the template, we've gone from memes that are popular because of the meme to meme templates that are popular because of the template, not necessarily the meme on it. I think anyway.
Kind of like, right, kind of like the ancient aliens guy, the aliens. Yeah, I mean that one, or the we're watching Tim like try to fluff his
That's a,
hair into the ancient aliens guy.
dude.
Yeah, so
He is awesome though. Like that guy is out there. Like
right,
he has
Space
to know
Cadet.
he's a meme at this point, and like he's milking that for everything he's worth. Which, okay, he
Oh,
is a doctor. His doctorate is in sports entertainment. He doesn't actually hold any scientific credentials, like as far as degrees. He is a doctor of it's either sports medicine or sports entertainment. I'm gonna have to look it up, but you continue while I look that up.
yeah, it's the templates are out there. The me and the boys template. I think
Yes,
kind of apply. I mean, that kind of applies to like me and Tim and our friends.
dude. Yeah, it really
um,
can.
I mean, again, these are what I refer to as the meme eternals. These are templates that are so versatile and usable. The surprised Keanu one, the sad Keanu one, the sad Pablo Escobar memes. You know, they're just they're always uh th-
Okay, he has no qualifications or background in any field relevant to the research he undertakes. He has a bachelor's degree in sports information and communications from Ithaca College, and was previously a bodybuilding promoter. So he doesn't have a doctorate. He has a bachelor's degree.
yeah, and in reality, like, there are people these days that embrace the fact that they are just like a walking meme. I mean,
Right.
look at back at the very onset of American Idol. What was his name? William Hung, or something like
Yeah,
that.
like
It was just
he
such a
he he
terrible, like,
wrote that for everything he could.
right. I mean, the man was like, he was just terrible. Like, he was
Yeah.
awful, but
Yeah.
some jackass thought it would be funny to basically put him in the limelight, and make him a meme. The Cash Me Outside girl
Yeah,
from the
oh my
Dr. Phil
god, yeah.
show.
I
Like,
don't remember what her
as
name
a
is. I know
parent,
who you're
like,
talking about.
yeah, like as a parent, I wanted to slap the shit out of that
Dude,
girl.
like, yeah, it's she's
Like, and her dad
she's
was a
something
cop.
else.
Like her dad was a cop. Just arrest her, dumbass. Like, throw her in the clink. Put her in juvie.
Yeah. But like she became a meme, and like she's signed to some record label as a rapper. Yeah. Believe that.
Yeah. So I mean, it's also a part of our culture that these days that seems to be that you can get famous and make money just being a shit person, which is kind of sad. especially for all us nice guys. So, but apparently we just need to be terrible, terrible people.
Right.
It actually, I'm kind of flipping through some memes here before we kind of wrap up, and I saw one of Sam Jackson from Pulp Fiction, but it
Yeah.
just reminded me, the "say what again," lines and that kind of stuff. That in and of itself, Sam Jackson memed when he was in Boondocks, the cartoon show, playing the white character Jin Rummy,
Yep.
who says those lines to Riley.
Yep.
uh because like they're not understanding each other, so
Well, I
like
mean, like,
sam
go ahead.
sam Jackson memed or parodies himself in that context. So some people that don't get like overtly like hypersensitive to if they're memed or that kind of stuff,
Right.
it's amusing. Like that kind of stuff can be funny. Like you don't take yourself too seriously. And Sam Jackson obviously knows a lot of this stuff because he does lean into some of the his past personas and
Right.
the stuff about him.
Well, no, like, I mean, you mentioned Pulp Fiction. I mean, John Travolta's character in that. There's that meme where people usually, yeah, they use it as a video of him looking around confused, and they will take the video of just him and superimpose it over something else, and boom, there's a meme right there. You know?
Right. Exactly. So yeah, memes have transformed a culture, and we've kind of explored where they came from, besides just the Greek word memena,
Phenomena.
but
You can't
um,
not sing the next part when that comes up.
correct. So memes are a transformative thing, and while they can be entertaining, they can certainly be irritating. Um, Especially when you're looking for like a serious response. I'm looking at you, my interns. Um, when I'm actually looking for a response and I just get a meme, you kind of have to know when to be serious. But they're funny. They're worth a laugh most of the time. A lot of them can really get irritating very fast, like the in the family
Nothing's
meme.
irritating if you got family.
Right, exactly. Um,
Dang it, I just referenced it.
you did, you did.
When that, okay, like, as a quick aside, when that meme got popular, there's a YouTuber I watch who his whole thing is he finds mods for games, and it's not like stuff like, hey, here's one to change the weapons, or here's one to make your armor look like something else. He finds memes that are just so out there. He did an entire, like, it was almost 1 hour video of various Vin Diesel, specifically Fast and the Furious Vin Diesel mods for games. One of them, it was for Grand Theft Auto 5, and it changed all the main characters to be Vin Diesel. And all of their lines were him just saying the word family. Like, it still showed the subtitles of what was originally said, but you just hear, family. And then the subtitle will play, and then, family. And that was the entire, and like every time you got into a vehicle, it would change it into like his main car from the Fast and Furious movies. I haven't, they're not my cup of tea, so I'm sorry if I don't remember what car it is for any fans out there. I never got into them. So.
Right.
But yeah.
Well,
anyway.
Yeah. So, I think we're probably about right at time. Memes have been a transformative thing that I've mentioned before. They're a part of culture. They're a part of our culture now,
Yep.
internet culture. And, kids grew up on these things, and so they're going to continue to be part of culture. But
Yep.
as we know, the speed of the internet changes things very quickly. So, who knows what's going to be the next big thing?
Right.
Probably some AR, VR, or holographic technology, that
You
kind
can
of stuff is
smell
gonna.
your memes.
Right, exactly. Smell this. So
Oh god, I really hope that's not the next meme trend. Smellable memes. Dude, smell this meme.
I'm going to send him an e-fart. Um,
We need to get the tech on working on this, Ian. We need to patent this. We need to get in on it. Get our e-fart NFTs ready. Would you like to buy this smell? Oh my god!
For those of you with pets, it's going to be it's going to be an audio file that you send your friends that when you play it, it just causes your pet to fart next to you because because everyone knows that cat farts
Oh my
are
god!
just a miasma.
Especially
Um,
old cats.
yes,
My god.
but yes. So Weekend has cheeseburger. Weekend has memes. We did has memes
We did
as
have
we
some.
went through this. As we went through this, such wow, much great. We hope you enjoyed the show
Very
tonight.
family.
Where's the kick him off button? Um,
Joke's on you. I have the master audio controls.
Yeah, and every day Tim embodies the meme of the guy wanting to push the button, wondering if he's going to mute me. Um,
It's true.
yeah, I'm pretty sure he's got it hotkeyed. Um,
I do, actually.
so anyway, I think that's gonna do it for us as we wrap up our meme-tastic conversation. So Tim,
Oh, you know what?
we
I have neglected. I've been doing this all night. I've neglected. Do you even vape, bro?
no, I don't.
Yep, I do.
Actually, so
I do.
I know. Yeah, we know. Anyway. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up tonight with our meme-tastic journey through the history, the mystery, and the fun facts, if you will, of meme culture. So yeah, I think that's gonna do it for us. So we'll go ahead and bounce out of here for tonight. But thank you for joining us. As always, you can find us on social media: Facebook / non sequitur nerds, Twitter at non sequitur nerd. You can find the live, not live, but you can find the recorded videos on YouTube, and you can watch the podcast and the video recording live on twitch.tv / non sequitur nerds.
It's usually right
That
around
is
9 p.m. Eastern on Fridays, give or take.
give or take. And if you do use Twitch, media topical conversation of the night, Twitch was leaked pretty heavily, so you may want to change your
Yeah,
password.
yeah, yeah. I might want to do that.
Yeah, yeah, change your password. Just a
We
suggestion.
also learned we will literally never make money on Twitch.
Yeah.
That's a whole other episode, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
well, on that bombshell, we'll go ahead and wrap up. So let me finish the outro. Find us hosted on anchor.fm, our podcast hoster, which feeds out to Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and several others. Um, and I mentioned the other social media sites, so I think that actually does finish the outro.
There we go.
So, yeah, with that, we will bid you adieu. And a Mountain Dew for our Amish listeners.
Mountain
And
Dew. Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew, we thank you for listening. We hope to see you again next time as Tim and I truly embrace our personas as just living, talking memes.
It's true.
Yeah. So for non sequitur nerds, we will say goodnight. I'm Ian, and
I'm Tim, I think. Good night, everybody.